Alright, here we are for round 2 with our sweet white-black ally life gain drain deck with Rune Processor. The card I was thinking of from last round was Consuming Sinkhole, and yes, it is 4 damage to the face, and yes, it is instant speed. So the correct play there, if I thought my opponent had it, was not to tap the War Cleric at all, and basically just wait for your opponent to cast it instead. So we took a little bit of a risk there, but the opponent had F6'd through their turn, so turned out to be the correct play in the end, if not the correct line. Anyway, we're going to play, and we are going to keep this even though it's lacking a swamp. 1 swamp and it's fantastic, and a 2-drop and it's also fantastic if we can get a Bikini Aeronaut or a War Cleric or something like that, so we'll keep it. Rune Processor makes it a little bit of a mulligan here, but I think that's okay. The only card I don't want to see here is the Sledge Crawler. Would be a pretty bad draw. Cluster Healer would be a not so great draw. I'm not above shoulder to shouldering on just one target if I need to hit a land drop. So we may have to do that. We shall see. I would much rather just draw a swamp naturally, or a 2-drop or a 3-drop or something like that. Oh, well, we're definitely not shoulder to shouldering now. Although out of all the targets he could hit, Sky Climber is pretty decent there. Gonna need that swamp at some point here. Not shoulder to shouldering on my opponent's card, for sure. Reality Hemorrhage is decent against us, actually. That one kind of just shut us down entirely. Seer's Lantern. That is probably one of the not the most awkward draws, but it's pretty close. Because now we're just going to take like 1,000,000 damage. I don't even think I want the War Cleric. It doesn't do anything on its own. Eesh. Really need that swamp. We're just so far behind here. I think I need something better than a 2/2, but I mean, a land is also pretty bad, right? So, I'm not sure if I pause on upkeep to scry. Ugh, nasty. I think I am. There's not a lot that I can't cast. Well, no, I guess there's a bunch of 4-drops and stuff, but we need swamps for all of those, I think. Alright, I should have scried. Alright. Well, we had a plan, and the plan fell apart. Those are the breaks sometimes, so we're probably just going to take a ton of damage here. Wow. Yeah, like, our opponent's goldfishing against us, and, like, a swamp isn't even that good here. 2, 3... I guess it lets us play Rune Processor, but he just starts jumping over top. Yeah, we're just dead, right? Even if I just take 2, 4, 6, he leaps this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop him up. All right, well that was unexciting. The opponent is going to be killing us. Again, I like bringing in an unnatural endurance, maybe cutting shoulder to shoulder. Although it does make our 2-drops better, so maybe I keep that. Chain Mages don't seem great against Reality Hemorrhage, so let's cut one of those, I think. Maybe a second unnatural endurance? No, I think that's too many. Let's just go with 1. Yes, I would like to play first, and yes, I would like to keep this hand. Way better. Way better. Forgot to count how many. I think I have, what, 7 black sources? I think the keep in game 1, I think it was fine. Given that we had a 3-drop and shoulder to shoulder. Like, we had 2 things we were going to do. And unfortunately, our opponent was on the shock plan, and it just completely wrecked us. So those are the breaks sometimes. Opponent on the plan to decide if they want to mulligan or not. So turn 3 play is probably a Shadow Glider over a Sky Climber, because it's less investment to fly over top. And then if we're probably guaranteed to get in for 2 damage, as opposed to if we draw a 4th land and then play Cliffhaven Vampire, we won't get a hop the Sky Climber over top, and it's probably just like running into a big butt blocker or something like that. Not sure if opponent is present or AFK. Cards we'd like to draw in the next couple of turns, aside from just a land of some kind, would be some kind of ally synergy, so like a War Cleric or Drain is Chosen or something like that. Just to start taking Vampire Envoy would be pretty good. Just start taking advantage of our creatures. Shoulder to Shoulder would be good to protect our 2 toughness creatures. What else would be good draws? Obviously any kind of removal spell would be fantastic. Unnatural Aggression would be pretty good too if we can draw it, just to protect, again, our 2 drops, protect our investments. Cliffhaven Vampire has been fairly impressive for me so far. I'm a decent fan. Combos well with the Vampire Envoy, and obviously our healers and clerics and things like that. Alright, here we go. Yes, open with a Sledge Crawler. Much better than last game. McKinney Aeronaut would be a fine draw, I think. Rune Processor's probably the worst draw on the deck. But those are the breaks. Although it's now that actually we have an ingest off, so that's pretty good. Assuming we can get to that point in the game. All right, I am not pumping here. Obviously. Play around Reality Hemorrhage. Yeah, again, we're on the glider plan because if we draw a land, we just get countered. Then we want to be able to play the Cliffhaven Vampire next turn. Wow, okay. That's a little awkward, unfortunately. Herald of Kozilek does a pretty good job. And that just means that our opponent's going to be going off this turn, I think. Do I double block it? Double block is pretty bad if he's got some kind of trick, so I'm just going to take the damage. Awkward. I guess we'll just play the Ondu War Cleric. Consideration to leap over top, but I don't think I'm in a rush to do that just yet. Really need... Alright, I'm gonna double block this time, I think. Oh. Okay. Hmm. That's pretty aggressive, actually. That's very aggressive. I mean, it's not good for us, obviously, but at least now we get to, at least now we get to play a spell. We have Demon's Grasp online if we draw land next turn. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. We're really only taking 2 a turn. Our Reality Hemorrhage, okay. So that was the play all along, it looked like. We are just getting wrecked by our opponent's sick curve outs here. Alright, Sheer Drop cannot awaken. Wow. My Kingdom for a land, I guess. So we're going to just commit to taking 6 this turn. And then if we don't draw land, we're pretty much dead. I mean, I guess I could just block with the friggin' Sledge Crawler. I don't think so. I think this could be all she wrote. Yikes. Alright, well, I guess we're not quite dead. Pretty close, though. That was an unfortunate series of events. So now we're just really dead. I could have pumped it, actually. Shoot, I should have pumped it. I wasn't thinking. I forgot it was 1 damage. It was 2. Alright, I mean, we're not dead. I mean, we're basically dead, but we're not dead yet. Oh, yeah, we're pretty close to being dead. Yikes. Alright, so we would have had a creature to pump and we could have double blocked. Well, I feel like our deck deserved a little better than this, but those are the breaks. Alright, well, scoop them up. GG's opponents. Yeah, that's too bad. Just stuck on land in both games and never really got out in front of our opponent's aggressive start. So that'll be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I thought the deck was pretty sweet. Just maybe lacking 1 piece of removal and just some land draws in game 2 or round 2. But yeah, so if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment below and come and check me out on Twitch. Generally speaking, I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays. So come check me out and we'll draft again. Thanks for watching.